bar sitting next to you on at the bar stool, and next thing you're cheating. But if you would have had this conversation with your woman, maybe you wouldn't be out there cheating. So I think sometimes we get too complacent in our relationships, and instead of communicating with our partners, hey babe, you stop doing this, and I miss when you did this, and let's rekindle, or let's find ourselves again. You know what I mean? So we can have fun like we used to. Let's take a day off and just do us to make it work. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Cheat should never be the option.
Yeah. And I think one of the things is, like you said, communication. People don't realize how important communication is.
Right.
You understand what I mean? And it's okay for a man to want different, just like it's okay for a woman to want different. But if you communicate that with your mate, she might come in there with a pink wig with a different outfit on and shit, swinging from the fans or something.
Right.
Instead of you going outside the house, build what you want inside your house. One, it's safe. You ain't got to worry about getting burned. You ain't got to worry about getting no type of disease or anything like that. And then you ain't got to worry about wasting the energy on trying to hide that situation. And then you got the person blackmailing you because of the simple fact they know they can call up your wife or girlfriend and say, yeah, well, I had him last night. It just creates a whole big situation. And I wish I knew this 30 years ago. I wish somebody sat my little 20-something-year-old ass down and said, yo, this is the deal. But see, we have a tendency of, again, applauding dumb shit and not saying, yo, that's not cool, you know, because to us, having 10 women, I'm the man. Shit. I'm the man. No, you just brought yourself a bunch of aggravation, a bunch of freaking child support, a bunch of this, a bunch of that. When trust and believe, again, like I said, we talk from experience with some of the stuff we say, you know, because I sit back and think about all the money that Marc5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could have had if he didn't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not that I don't love him, trust me, I love him to death, but I wish I would have went about things a little differently.
Definitely right.
Hit that, let me hit this, let me hit that, let me hit this, and then I'm down there having the system tell me what the hell I'm going to do.
Right.
The money that I work my ass off for, you know. And this is the part that I say about educating our young men, just like the women need to educate, you know, the young ladies.
Yeah.
Us as men need to educate some of these young fellas, letting them know that this might feel good now, but trust and believe down the road, there's going to be some situations that you're going to be like, damn, I should have. You know what I mean?
You're going to regret it. Trust me, because I wish I was not in the position that I'm in. 3 times, almost 3 times divorced. You know, had I listened and had I did things differently, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had I did things differently, I wouldn't have had a wife walk in the house when I was at the side chick house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
It's certain situations, and I mean, we laugh about it, but trust me, we paid, I should say, for it. You know, we paid for it in life, and what we have to realize is what we do now can affect our future. Just like back then, what we did affected our future. And some people don't make it out of it. Some people basically, you know, they go through it and they just can't take the pressures of different things that we cause ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
so and to tap in on that. Let me say this, and this is from experience, and I don't mind sharing with you guys. Hurt is a real thing. So when fellas, you out there and you doing your thing and you doing your dirt and you're having fun, and you know the wife or the girlfriend discover that you're messing around and she has a conversation with that chick. So as I said, my wife at the time, second wife, young chick that I was messing around with, called the job. The two of them got to talking. I'm at the young girl house that night. My wife shows up. So I'm pretty sure she was hurt. We never had a conversation about it. We took a brief separation. We get back together. Lo and behold, I walk in the house one day. She's in the bed with somebody else. Let me tell you something. That's real pain. Yeah. You walk in the house and you see yours in bed with someone else. Now, I was a little crazy. It could have went a whole different way, but I kept my head because I could have shot both of them because I had that on me. I could have, but something said it's not worth it. Yeah. And I was just like, you know what? We're done. This is over.
I think what people don't realize sometimes, and they say it a lot, is sometimes when we do dirt, it comes back, and it might not come back the same way. It comes back in a different way. And I think that that's so true because I have so many things that came back to me, and I sat back and thought about the stuff I did, and I was like, damn, I got to eat that. Look, I got to eat that.
Right.
Like, it could be, and not just relationships. It could be anything.
Right.
As far as when you do dirt, things come back to you, and it's like the way you respond is very important. Like you said, you could have went one way and things would have been different. You probably wouldn't have been sitting here with me right now.
Exactly.
You know, I would have been writing you, and stuff like that. But
books.
Yeah, it's a situation where we got to think sometimes before we do. And this is something that a lot of younger people aren't doing. That's why the crime rate is high. That's why shootings is high, because people are reacting off of emotion. Quick, bam.
Yes.
You said what? Bam. There's no fall back, count to 10 and think for a minute. Like, damn, if I do this, what's going to be the outcome from that?
Exactly.
Because like I said, I think on Open Conversation a couple shows ago that it's been plenty of times where I wanted to kick somebody on the train tracks because of what they said or what they did or something they, and it's just I sat back and like, damn, I got a lot to lose. I don't need to go there. I need to deal with this situation differently.
Right.
And that's the same thing with relationships now, how I think about, like you said, pain is real.
Oh, yeah.
Once you see somebody that you love, that you care about hurt, it's like, damn, I did that. You know what I mean? It's something to really think about, like, wow. How about if that happened to me? And it ain't got to be just relationships. It could be a friendship. Like, talk about people do this and that. It's like, wow, well, I like if they did that to me.
Right.
And that basically helps you check yourself and check your next move. It makes you think before you make that next move. You know what I mean?
Well, and like we were talking about earlier, we talk from experience. So that experience taught me a lot. And that experience also helped me to understand that although I was married to this chick, she and I was not right for each other.
Right.
And I was not in love with her. I loved her, but I wasn't in love with her. And I did not realize that until some years later. And
you froze on
understand the difference between the two. Because when I got involved with
No, go ahead. When I got involved with for a second. You good.
Okay. When I got involved with the young lady that was recently in my life, she taught me what real love was.
Right.
And I understood then that I loved my wife, but I wasn't in love with her. I was in love with this person.
Right.
In love with this person. Because this person was showing me different things without any strings. You know what I mean? This is what I'm doing for you. This is how I treat my man, and this is how I love. They taught me how to love. You know what I mean? They taught me what what true intimacy was, and it made me realize I was not in love with my wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just loved her. I love being in a relationship. I love being in a relationship with her, but I was not in love. You know what I mean?
Real quick, Alicia said that I used to give him thank you cards and leave it on his pillow. That's some of the stuff she used to do. Communication,
that's
consistency, transparency is everything. You have to go through some things to learn some things. That's some of the comments that was said on Facebook. And I agree with all of them.
For instance, if back in my younger years, if a female would have said to me, "Let's cuddle," the first thing in my head would have been, "We having sex."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm keeping it real.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
No, you're right.
You know, you can cuddle with somebody and it don't have to lead to sex, and you can feel good. We cuddling? Yeah, man, we having sex. You know what I mean? But
You start
this
checking your
female,
wallet, making sure the condom ready.
yeah, but this female taught me that we could cuddle and have this awesome, connection and feeling with each other without having sex, just cuddling.
Yeah.
And that's when I started really understanding what true love and intimacy is.
That's what I was going to ask you real quick, because we're going to go, I guess, to 1 a.m. But let me ask you, the difference between, because you brought up something that I want to talk about, and maybe our viewers can chime in on it, or our listeners, if y'all want to call in, y'all can call in 215-909-6070. If you have any opinion on this, the phone lines are wide open. 215-909-6070. You don't have to say your name if you want to say some stuff that you ain't supposed to be saying, or you can sit and say what you want to say on our Facebook. I'm reading the comments. Also, I'm reading the comments too on Facebook. But the difference between, like you said, you loved one person and being in love with the with the other person. I think we need to touch on that, because sometimes people say, "What's the difference?"
Right.
You know what I mean? So you said you were in love with somebody. What's the definition to you when you say you're in love?
So being in love and just loving somebody. I don't miss that person as much throughout my day. I don't look forward to having some type of connection with them throughout my day. You know what I mean? When we part company, we part company. I see you when I see you. You know what I mean?
Right.
In love, you going 10 minutes and you on my mind. You know what I mean? I got to text you. I got to call you. Hey, babe, just thinking about you. You know what I mean? Hey, babe, what's going on? Or I'm on the phone. Hey, babe, everything good? You know, just want to let you know I miss you. You know, I'm thinking about you. You know what I mean? You find yourself wanting to do little things. You in the store. You could be in CVS getting something for yourself, and you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. She like this type of candy, or let me go get a card for her, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you get home, you know, what can I do? I found myself doing stuff that I never did. She came in the house one day, and when she came in the house, I was waiting for her. I got there first. You know, come on in here. She came in and said, sit down. How was your day? She's telling me how her day was. I took off her shoes. You know, I had the bucket there with the water, let her soak her feet. She's like, wow. I'm saying, just sit back and relax. It's about you. You know what I mean? Had dinner already cooked. You know what I mean? So she didn't have to do anything. You find yourself wanting to do things to please that person and to make that person happy. You know what I mean? So that's what being in love is. You're not selfish, and you're not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about that person's happiness above yours. You know what I mean? Because when the two of you are in love with each other and you understand that, and I touched on this before, I'm not there to make her happy. She's not there to make me happy. We're supposed to both have our happiness and bring them together. So if you understand that, then I can put you first before myself. And you know why? Because she has me.
That's right.
So I don't have to worry about myself because she has me. So I can concentrate on her. So just like if we on the phone and we talking and she's like, oh, I forgot to bring lunch today. Oh, you did? Okay. I know what she likes. I'll go pick it up and drop it off. Here you go. You know what I mean? Or I can get on the phone and be like, yeah, damn, I'm hungry. I didn't have dinner. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. I don't have to say anything else. And not that I expect it every single time, but that person, like they did, will get up and cook and bring. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
because they know you work a lot, so they basically supporting that other to make sure you eat.
Exactly.
And
They're going to look out.
You want to hear something funny, bro? I work so much, and you know this, as far as doing this, I'm working, got the this, that, this, and that, that sometimes, and it's funny because E.T., what's his name, Eric Thompson, said this, when you basically work so much to the point that you forget to eat, that's when you're passionate about what you trying to do.
Right.
I do that at least 5 times a week. And you know who
Right.
jump on me? If it ain't my mom, it's her. Did you eat?
Right.
I be like, damn, no. They jump on me. It's like me. I feel like a kid again, the way they jump on me. Like,
Yeah.
you need to eat this and that, this and that. Because I'm constantly making moves on the phone, doing this, TLC, that, this, that, this, and that. And that's what you mean when it says you don't worry about yourself because they're going to jump on you.
They
It's like you
got
go to the refrigerator, yo, your food in the microwave, your food on the top shelf for lunch tomorrow. It's like that's the stuff that makes you think twice of, damn, should I go smash this other joint or should I cheat this and that? Because when you have that valuable stuff at home, that person at home that made themselves so valuable to you, you're not going to lose that.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So people say chemistry and verbal, you grow in love, never had that kind of love. That's some of the comments real quick that people said. Intimacy, chemistry and verbal. Yeah, that's true. Alicia and them said they were saying some stuff on Facebook, and I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Never had that kind of love.
For the person saying they never had that kind of love, you have to, first of all, you have to be open. You have to be willing to take that chance. You can't be all bottled up and afraid to take that jump, as I guess Steve Harvey talks about, taking that jump. You have to be willing to take that jump and take that chance on somebody. Even if it's the wrong person and you get hurt, at least you know you took that chance, and you know the next time what you have to look for. That may not be the person, but at least you were willing to love, and at least you was willing to take the chance to find out. The next one coming after that person could be the right one. So take that chance. You never know, but you have to take the chance. Love is out here for everybody. Love is out here for everybody.
Absolutely.
And maybe you haven't found the one for you yet, or as they say, your soulmate. That person is here. And you know what pisses me off? Stop looking past people. Stop looking past people, because you looking at this person and your soulmate might be standing right there in front of them, but you looking past that person to the person in back who don't mean you no damn good. Oh, he's so fine, or she all that. Look at the person that's standing right in front of you, because that could be the one.
Absolutely. Again, I think one of the things that people do that hurt them is, and to piggyback off of what you said, is you have to not judge for what you've been through. You can't put that person that you grade date, the new person, in that same category as that person.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you have to judge people for who they are, not for what you've been through. You have to pay attention to what you've been through. But at the same time, you can't say, well, he used to do this and you might do that. Like, why are you blocking, like Simply D said, you blocking somebody that could be the one for you because of somebody that wasn't for you.
And let me tell you, when I found the person, I wasn't looking. I was done. I'm like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm over it. I'm done. You know what I mean? Yeah. But God works in mysterious ways, because, you know, I'm at work and boom, there she was.
Yeah, I just got a text message with somebody that said you have to love yourself, and once you love yourself, you're not going to basically, you know, you're going to be in a place of happiness. Once you're in that place of happiness, if somebody come into your circle of that happiness and they feel like they starting to shatter it a little bit or move it, you're gonna be like, oh, you not, you know, I'm not letting you in.
Right.
But when you get with somebody that's going to enhance that happiness, then that's when you start feeling that you know, that love. Like Lydia said, you grow into love.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's very important, more so because you know, as things you start to learn each other, it's like it's supposed to be a happiness that's happening.
Right.
You know, and the things that you've never done before, it's like, wow, you experience with that person.
Let me tell you something. Until this individual walked into my life, I never knew that I could write. I never knew. When this person walked into my life and we would exchange little things with each other, they was like, you should write. It's like, write what? It's like, you should write. And that's all they kept saying, you should write. And what am I doing now? I'm writing my ass off. You know what I mean? Writing like crazy. Yeah. Writing books, writing an intertwined series. You know what I mean? Writing poetry. So, you know, look, you never know. That person that's waiting or the person that you're looking past can change your whole world for better than what it is.
And that's the part that people have to realize is when, and I get this conversation a lot, that the person don't support their dream.
Oh, man. Woo!
And after this topic, we're going to end the show. So let's get into that real quick. Because by then, that's 10 minutes right there. So, you know.
If you are with somebody, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and they don't support your dreams, they are a dream killer. Stop giving them your dreams because they will never support you. If they, have input, you know, talk to you about it or your sounding board, if they tell you it ain't never going to work, I don't know why you're wasting your time, stop talking to them. Stop. I don't care who they are in your life. Stop. Because they're a dream killer. They don't believe in you. They don't believe in your dream. Stop.
I think we waste a lot of time trying to, like, let's see. We waste a lot of time thinking that things are going to change when it comes to certain situations. And then when we put 5 years in and stuff like that, we be mad at ourselves because it's like, oh, I knew I should have. And when you get to a certain point in life, when you become a certain age, you don't have time for the maybes.
Right.
You know, it's really not. It's like you got to get straight to the point. Like, you know, I watched and I forgot what this was on, but I think somebody said that they basically put so much time into a person to find out that they wanted kids, and they didn't want kids.
Right.
But why didn't y'all have that conversation maybe like a month in a relationship, so that way you wouldn't waste your years and years, and now they want kids and you can't have no kids.
You know what's the sad thing is, even if they didn't have that conversation, it was said, but they didn't listen. And they thought maybe I can change the person's mind. You're not going to change the person's mind. You're not. If a person says something and they adamant about it, take them at their word. And if it's not what you agree with, time to cut the strings.
Yeah, and we have some people post, I have been celibate for 12 years behind a lot of stuff I have went through with men. Then you have a person said you have to be their number one cheerleader. So basically on the 12-year comment, right?
Yeah.
You're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself.
Pretty much.
You're cheating yourself because, one, I'm sure it's somebody out there that can bring you added on happiness. And I say added on happiness because, one, you got to be happy yourself. But then that person's supposed to bring on added happiness to your life. But if you're holding on to something, like I said earlier, if you're holding on to something that somebody else did, then you're blocking the love and the affection and the experience of happiness that somebody else can bring you.
Yeah, you're how do I say, you're hindering yourself,
right?
Because like Marc5 said, you're letting a past experience control your life or hold your life hostage, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't allow that. Yes, you've been through something that was just a turnoff. Maybe you dealt with 10 guys and none of them were good. Who's to say the next one isn't going to be? Who's to say? So you have your life on hostage because of some crap that you went through, which is unfortunate, very unfortunate.
Yes, that's 12 years. 12 years is a long time.
A long ass time
to not experience happiness and love.
Yeah.
Then the whole you have to be the number one cheerleader. That's very true. Because one thing that you have to realize this in relationships is that your mate opinion means a whole lot.
A whole lot.
So if you're with somebody that's not saying anything about something, you're going to end up going, that starts the not physical cheating, but that starts a lot of trouble in a relationship. Because if I have, for example, if I have somebody outside of my marriage that's being my cheerleader, that's an issue. Because eventually what's going to happen is the person you're in a relationship with is going to have a jealousy kick in. Because why is she calling this? Why is she always saying this and that? Because women pick up on things faster than men do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's one thing I salute y'all women about. Y'all got that fucking spider sense that that's just amazing.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like y'all can basically act like nothing's wrong while y'all do your mental research and y'all do your watching and absorbing and looking and seeing the change that men do. And y'all sit back like this. Okay. And y'all take notes. And y'all don't forget nothing. Y'all take notes that he had on this color underwear. And all of a sudden the bull come in the house with a different color underwear. And y'all remember the wrinkles, the everything. So it's like you have to, you know, really absorb and pay attention to situations that's going to help you and help your mate be in a better situation. So if he's doing something, you have to be that cheerleader because we respect and we appreciate, I should say, y'all opinion. No matter if we seem like we don't. If we like, oh man, shut up. You don't know nothing. This, come on, we ain't trying here.
Yeah.
No, we really do.
We do appreciate it. And what men or female, depending on what the situation is, what comes to mind when Marc5 said that was the Tyler Perry movie where the wife was hanging in there, and then she started listening to her sisters and her brothers-in-law, and she left us, and then he hit the jackpot. Yeah. Now she's pissed off because now he's sharing it with somebody else because you didn't want to hang in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I say that to say this. You have to be supportive of that person that you're with. So what comes to mind is how Michelle supported Barack. You know, how Jackie Robinson's wife supported him with what he went through. You know what I mean?
Martin Luther King.
And
Malcolm X.
We could think of Betty Shabazz with Malcolm X. Coretta with Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? Gandhi's wife. Or we can think about how Bill Clinton supported Hillary when she was making her run. You know what I mean? That spouse is very important to supporting that dream of that individual. And if you don't support it, you're a dream killer.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, I just want to say one more thing, and then we can basically wrap it up. And it goes off of what you just said. They say that a strong man always needs a strong woman is the backbone. What's the saying that they say that a strong woman is the backbone to a man?
Yeah. Or the
say it again?
Or the neck.
Or the neck. So and that's 100% true statement. Because what we have to realize is this. You disappeared on me simply. All right, there you go. What we have to realize is this. They say that this is a man's world, right? But what you got to realize is it can't be a man's world without a strong woman. Because when we go through things and we start to fall, that woman is the one that holds us up.
Exactly.
And see, they say that, you know, men ain't supposed to be emotional. No, we're emotional. We just don't show our emotions.
Yep.
Because that's the way we were raised. Like, oh, you ain't supposed to cry, this and that, which is a bunch of bullcrap to me. You know, a man is going to be a man regardless of what the situation is. You
Right.
know, we can show our weakness, but at the same time, if you're strong and people know you're strong, it's understandable that we have weak moments. But when
Yep.
you have those weak moments, when you have a strong woman to hold you down and to talk to and to hold you and to comfort you, that's what get us through those tough times. So you got any last words, Simply D?
This has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed myself. I hope everyone who tuned in enjoyed yourself as well. This is going to be ongoing. Marc5 has different guests. I may not always be the one popping on here, but I hope you check it out. Let us be a voice for you at night, to have a platform that you can listen to and engage in. Soul of a Man with Marc5. It was a pleasure. Hope I'll do tune in again.
Definitely. And make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, open conversation. Make sure y'all tune in 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. with our other two co-hosts that'll be on, Mr. Fast Lane and Miss Darkchild. The time is now 1 a.m. We're usually going to do 10. I'll probably change the time because I like this whole flow. I don't like to have to rush or anything like that. So it's 10 to 12, but most of the time we'll probably go over. Next show, we're going to probably have some more guests on so we could talk about some things after me and Simply D sit and go back to the drawing board and come up with the next topic. Hopefully he can come on because I definitely enjoyed everybody. I appreciate everybody that's on Facebook now giving their positive feedback. They said they really enjoyed the show. Excellent topic. Strength of a woman. Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate y'all. So make sure y'all go back. If you got on to the show late, go to the YouTube. Check out one. We do 3 parts, right? Part 1, part 2,
Yeah.
part 3 will be uploaded sometime throughout the night. I'll upload it on YouTube. Make sure you share about the show. Everybody have a great night. I appreciate y'all. Thanks, Simply D. I will definitely talk to you tomorrow and see you tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. All right, we out. Peace, y'all.
Peace and blessings.
Y'all have a